So my basic question is, what does it mean, our right to exist?
Okay. There's quite a distinction which is not, one can say, very popular in other wisdoms. Zohar and Kabbalah is making a very clear distinction between existence and life. They are not the same. Existence is more to do with the animalistic part. It doesn't actually say anything. You can be very smart and with a very high IQ and EQ, but it is limited to, or it is a prisoner. Therefore, it is limited to the light of what is called soul of soul, which gives us the formation of the will, which is to do with the formation of our physical body and all its systems, which has, as we know, very high intelligence in themselves. But Baal Salam wished to say something even deeper. Though we're saying that the awakening of the point of the heart is actually offering us a choice, which we did not have before, because living inside the will to receive to oneself, you don't have a choice. You have preferences. You can adjust yourself inside this ecology of the will to receive to oneself. You can move into a different point in oneself where you will be more in well-being and you'll feel less the pressure. So, in a way, it's sort of development of well-being, one can say. Okay, but in the moment of the awakening of the point in the heart, there is another a whole different ecology which is being born, which we call spiritual. But it is more in our study in Kabbalah, it's more than spiritual. It's to do with spiritual, moral. Okay, and in a way, the way to conduct as well our existence. But this ecology is called life, because life has to do with eternality. It's not a stop-start situation. Okay, so at the moment you are aware of it, and you're aware of the one, and you are aware, or at least you are attracted to know the thought of the Creator, then the perception of the spiritual, moral, and universal, and universal view actually begins to give meaning even to your existence. Therefore, after the awakening, our spiritual endeavor is the reason for our existence. And this is what Baal Sulam is saying, that eventually, even existence was given to us to be a platform for our spiritual journey. And this is what he wished to bring forth, specifically in last generation. So if we could, in other generation, Judaism never agreed with it, but to some extent there was a place for the separation of life and existence. Last generation, one of the tasks or purposes is to unite it, and the ecology of adhering to the qualities of the Creator gives a different level and depth and meaning to our existence as well. it makes it not only more valuable, but more urgent in its perception of time. Okay, yes. Okay, so the whole it's peace, as you could understand, is not only a quality. There were two qualities which were in opposition to the creation of man, or creation of Adam. One has to do with peace, because the claim of the angels of peace was that humans has tendency to create wars, and the other was truth, because he's full of lies. Justice and mercy were for the creation of man, because they said that sometimes he's doing acts of loving kindness or mercy, and sometimes he's inclined to do some charity, okay, in that respect, or to seek justice. But you know that justice usually opposes truth, and definitely it opposes peace. So it seems that peace is to do with something that need to grow from human consciousness, meaning those two qualities were thrown to the ground, were thrown to earth, and they need to grow through the consciousness of humanity. And peace is one of them. Is not to oppose anything, but how to create one purpose for two oppositions. Okay, it's different. Therefore, existence opposes life. But when you learn about the truth of your life, and it sort of casts its meaning over existence, then existence grows in its value to support life. So there is peace between life and existence. This is why Balasaram brings it in. Okay? Man lives in between the overlapping, or let's say, I'll define it like this, that the existence and life of humanity in the world has only one media through which it can perceive itself in the world, and this is time. Mm-hmm. Okay, only through time humans as a whole can perceive their interaction with the world, okay, in terms of personal growth and in terms of the humanity growth or history. Okay, humanity through time we call it history. What history describes is the interaction between humanity and the world and itself. Yeah. Okay. So actually, when we come to Pinchas, which is to do with the portion of this week, it's reintroducing time as a restart, or introducing time in a more mindful, accurate attitude for the generation that is going to enter spirituality, meaning enter the land of Israel, which is in as a branch entering the world of Atzilut. So they need a different interaction of time. This is why we have all the festival, all the holidays, all the attitude towards sacrifice revised and rewritten in the portion of Pinchas. Okay. So when Bala Sulam is going to introduce us the meaning of peace in last generation, it's an introducing or re-entry, a sensitivity and a new perception of even how our existence is going to interact with the time of Reformation, or what we call Messianic time. And that gives it another meaning, or meaning at all.